Hi guys. We are going to start a seated meditation, so while we wait for it to officially be 5:30, we can slowly make our way to that space. Grab your mat, grab your music if you are playing music. I do have a playlist that I put on my Instagram story. It's on my Spotify, and Michigan Hot Yoga shared it on their story as well, so you can find that playlist that I made for tonight's flow. Leo will be popping in and out. I hope he's not too much of a distraction. I will do my best to keep talking you through all the poses and everything while I practice as well. So we'll start just a few moments, but settle into your space, take what you need, roll out your mat, find that sacred space if you can, somewhere quiet. Music is an option. I will obviously not be playing music, and I hope you all can hear me really clearly right now. This is the best setup I could do at my place. So yeah, once you are ready, you can just find a comfortable seat and start to settle into that space. All right, we are pretty much there. Hi, if you're just getting on, welcome. My name is Taylor. I'll be guiding us through a 60-minute slow burn tonight. So as I said already, but I will repeat again, we're going to start in a seated meditation tonight. So once you are settled in, we do have this amazing opportunity to be in our own homes right now and to be in our own space. So you can kind of take this practice tonight at your own pace. Hang out in spaces that feel really good, just with the voice guidance, and really take what you need, leave what's not working, modify, add in. Hopefully, you've got some music going, and just really make this your own practice tonight with hopefully the help of my voice. So once you do find your sit bones, start to allow them to root down into your mat and eventually deeply root down into the earth. As you find that connection within your sit bones, your spine is long, noticing how your breath will fill with length, and on your exhale, it just starts to gently melt in a little bit deeper, this grounding sensation. And your hands can wrap around your knees, a little bit more support. Your hands can also rest into your lap, or you can open up your palms to release anything out and also to receive anything. Sitting up nice and tall, lifting through the crown of your head, but making sure your neck is gently relaxed here. Your shoulders roll up and away here. Relaxing the muscles in your face. Gently allowing your eyes to softly come closed here, if that's okay. Creating this space for yourself, pausing in this moment. Maybe this stillness and this meditation practice is something that you haven't been able to get into or practice, and you're mostly just here for the asana, the physical postures. But a big part of my practice that transitioned just recently is this meditation, this sitting with those thoughts, those feelings, sitting in this stillness just for a few moments. Maybe you decide to take it longer, and this kind of stems this meditation practice for you. So now as your eyes are closed, we have not begun to build our Ujjayi breath just yet. So we're just noticing our natural patterns of our breath in and out. We continue to gain length through the crown of our head. And we sit and we notice in this present moment, not taking our minds on this journey somewhere else. We're right here, present with these thoughts, with these feelings, with these emotions that start to build, start to arise. Just you and your breath in and out. Keeping your eyes closed, if that's okay. Let's take a deep breath in as you fill up all the way. Big breath in. And a big breath out as you sigh it away. Open your mouth. 2 more just like that. Big breath in. Big breath out. Another deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Let it go. Now seal your lips. We build our Ujjayi breath. Strong breath in through your nose. Strong breath right back out of your nose. This oceanic sound as you take your breaths in and out. This diaphragm breathing in and out of your nose here. And as you start to hear this oceanic sound, you start to feel this sense of calm come over you. Allow yourself to maybe have a mantra with you. I am something. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am powerful. I am creating the life of my dreams. I am sitting in this moment. I am loving myself. Any mantra, any positive affirmation that can stick with you. Or maybe there's an intention, a different intention you want to dedicate this practice to. Sit with those thoughts and those feelings. Surround them with your breath in this moment, right here and right now. And gently allow your eyes to open. Press our palms at our heart centers and gently bow in just for another moment. Let's make our way to our backs. As you find yourself lying onto your back, start to draw your knees into your chest. As you hug them in, your hands can come onto your shins. And make sure that the back of your neck is long here. As your lower back starts to press into the earth, continuing to breathe in and out. And let's start to gently rock side to side, pressing into your lower back, sides of your hips if you want to pause and send your breath there. And start to come back to your neutral spine. We'll keep our right knee drawn in as we pull in on our shin, and our left leg goes long, resting down on our mats. As we have our right knee drawn into our chest, let's start to make circles as we open up the hip, rolling out that space. Big circles, small circles, reversing your direction. And eventually starting to open up your hip. So the left hand can press on the top of your left hip as your right knee drops open to the right side of the room just for a moment here. Now we allow the left hand to reach for the outside of our right knee to draw it all the way across our body for a spinal twist. Our right fingers extend out to the right side as our chin, our gaze follows here. We actively are twisting in our lower belly. I'm going to face this way so hopefully you can continue to hear me. As your chin is drawn over to the right, keep extending your right fingers. Both shoulders want to root down here. Keep twisting, keep reaching and breathing. Gently come back to your center. Extend your right leg long with the sole of the foot reaching up towards the sky. Bring your hands at a clasp behind your thigh and pull in your right leg a little bit deeper. If you do need a little modification, you can plant the left sole of the foot onto the mat. That might help a little bit more with support. Flex through your right toes and then start to point them and then roll your right ankle out. Again, one way and then reverse direction as you find the other way. Bending into your right knee, we draw both knees up into our chest once again. Big squeeze as you draw your knees in closer to your chest. And then we release your right leg long, keeping the left knee drawn in. Hands clasp at your shin if that feels okay as we start to make some movement here with our hip. Big circles, small circles, opening up your hip and making sure that you reverse directions. And eventually our right hand presses down on the top of our right hip as we open up our left hip here. Dropping left knee open to the left side of the room. Continuing to breathe. And allowing your right hand to reach for the outside of your left knee to draw it all the way across your body. Extend your left fingers long here. Our gaze follows those left fingers as both of our shoulders root in. Twisting through the lower belly, navel's drawing up and in towards your spine as you continue to twist here. Back to center. Extend your left leg long, high to the sky with the sole of the foot reaching up. And we'll start to roll out our ankle one way and then the other as you draw your leg closer to you. Again, you can plant the sole of the right foot down on the mat. It just relieves a little bit more of the pressure in the back of your leg. Breathing here, in and out. Bending into the left knee as you draw both of your knees into your chest once again. Another rock side to side as you press down. And let's start to change our rock forward and back. Shoulder blades to sit bones here. Massaging your spine. Let's cross our ankles and make our way to tabletop. As you find yourself in your tabletop, your hands, your knees, your shins, tops of your feet press down into the mat here. Spreading your fingers wide and then plugging them back in. Inhale to drop your belly and lift your gaze. Exhale, chin draws into your chest, round your spine, tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, drop your belly, shine your heart through. Exhale, chin into your chest, round your spine, press your shoulder blades high to the sky. Inhale, and your exhale. 2 more just like that. Inhale, and your exhale. Connecting with your Ujjayi breath in and out. Drop the belly, big inhale. Exhale, round your spine. Come back to your neutral spine. And tuck your toes, walk yourself back. So here it might not seem like we're doing much, but as you fan out your toes, you sink your bottom back onto your heels, and the bottoms of your feet are starting to stretch and open up. You're creating that sensation that heat is maybe starting to build. Deep breaths in and out. Maybe close your eyes in this space. Another opportunity to pause in this stillness. It's like one of my favorite stretches because we oftentimes never stretch the bottoms of our feet, but we walk around on them all day, we do yoga poses, and we need that stretch, that strength, that release almost. A few more breaths. If you're not feeling it, really press back and really fan your toes out so they can press into the mat. And breathe. Okay, and now gently walk yourself back forward and let's press the tops of our feet like this into the mat, releasing that out. As you come back to your neutral spine, draw your navel up and in towards your spine. Okay. And then extend your right leg back behind you. You can press it down on the mat for now until you have that strength and stability. And then let's float the right leg away. Keep your navel drawn up and in towards your chest. Option is stay right here, or you can extend your left arm out in front of you. Instead of reaching too far, let's plug our shoulder back in, navel up and in, strong back leg. This is when the heat will build with our breath. Little movements tonight, but start to notice what internally happens with your body, your breath. Firing up your core. Planting your left hand down, opening up, left toes can extend out, so little kickstand here, and we open up for a modified side plank. Your right toes are flexed, your right hand is an option to reach up for length. You also can set your right toes down on the mat, a little bit more support for you. Pressing into your left palm, reaching with length with your right fingers. And if your leg is lifted, actively flexing through your toes. I like to make circles here. Inhale and exhale, making really big circles with my arm here. If this is too much on your neck, bring your gaze down. And mindfully make your way back, all the way back to your tabletop. And inhale to drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, chin draws in, rounding your spine. Gently come back, neutral spine here. And as you are ready, your left leg extends out. As we have this strong base, our navel draws up and in, our palms are pressing. And we can float the left toes away. And if and when you are ready, the right fingers will extend out in front of you. Plugging your shoulder back in as we find this long line of energy. Our navel continues to draw up and in here. Deep breaths in and out. Planting your right palm down. Now we open up with the right top of your foot to press down as that kickstand, and we start to open up for that modified side plank here. As you press down with your right palm, your left fingers lift up with length. Option to keep your leg lifted, or maybe you soften it down. If it's okay on your neck, you bring your gaze up past your left fingers that are actively reaching up towards the sky. Deep breaths in and out. And if you did the arm circles on the other side, feel free to do that here. Reaching for a side body stretch and then opening up towards the sky. And mindfully coming back to your center, tabletop pose. Spread your fingers wide. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath in, fill all the way up. Exhale, let it go. Bending into one knee and then the other, really pedaling out this space. Stretching the backs of your legs long here. Think about sending your sit bones up and back, stretching the backs of your legs long. Drawing your navel up and in towards your spine again so you can melt your chest closer to your thighs. And we let our head hang heavy in between our arms as we shake it, nod it, release any tension in the back of our neck. Pressing in with our thumb and index finger for that base, giving your wrists a little bit of a break here. Inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. And exhale, step your foot on the outside of your right hand. Drop down onto your left knee. Press in the top of your left foot. And settle into this space here. There's a ton of variations for this space. Lizard lunge. Palms can actively press. You can keep your left knee dropped down. Okay. You also can open up, pressing your right hand on the inside of your right knee, and then maybe even gently gazing back past your shoulder. Rolling on the baby toe edge of your right foot if you choose that option. Wherever you choose, you're deeply breathing as your hips are opening here. And if you can go down to your forearms here, if that's in your practice, if that's your expression. You might even want to keep your knee lifted. I just have really tight hips today, so I'm choosing to soften down onto my knee. Breathing deeply here. Your expression. This is where you can truly take what you need. If you are lowered to your forearms, so you took that little twist, all together press into your palms. Come high on the ball of your back foot, and let's heel toe our foot in between our hands. So we're in our low runner's lunge here. And step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale for your flat back, peel your chest. Your hands can come to your shins, or your hands can come to the mat. Just really splay your sit bones, peel your chest, your L shape. Exhale, forward fold, ribs to thighs. I like to micro bend or deep bend into my knees and grab opposite elbows to really lengthen through the crown of my head, the back of my neck. Again, sit bones are splaying as the crown and my torso are pulling me down. Also gives you a good opportunity to breathe into your legs here. Notice how your physical body is feeling. If you have that clasp, gently release your hands. And inhale, we'll take another flat back to peel our chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Oops. And exhale, palms press into your heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms high to the sky. Exhale, side bend to the right. Full breath in lifts you up for length. Exhale over to the left. Full breath in, lift up. Maybe there's a heart opener. You cactus your arms here. Pressing your hips forward, lengthening through your spine, and maybe opening up through your chest. And exhale, palms press, forward fold. Inhale for your flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back here, the top of your push-up. Knees are always an option. Okay? Keep your core strong. Keep your lower back protected. For 2 to 3 breaths here. If Chaturanga Vinyasa is in your practice, feel free to lower through. Maybe you want some extra push-ups. Again, this is your practice. But we'll take 2 to 3 breaths. Press in, shoulder blades lift, navel draws up and in. And we'll send our hips up and back, downward facing dog. You choose how you'd like to get here. We'll meet here every time, like always. Okay, sorry, there was a message. All right. Inhale, lift your left leg high to the sky. And exhale, squeeze, shift forward, step your left foot on the outside. Walk your hands on the inside. Lizard lunge here. I soften down onto my right knee. My palms are pressing on the inside of my left foot. Option here to press into your right palm and then start to open up, rolling on the baby toe edge of my left foot. I press gently in the inside of my left knee and gently start to gaze back. Breathing into how I know my hips need to be moved and stretched. Knowing where I need to send my breath in this posture. Another option could be to stay very planted, rooted. Maybe you want to lift your right knee. Or maybe you go down to your forearms here. If you were lower to your forearms, start to press yourself right back up. Let's come on the ball of our back foot and heel toe our left foot in between our hands for a low runner's lunge. Breathing deep. And your right foot steps up to meet your left. Inhale for your flat back. And exhale, bow in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, palms press heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, side bend to the right. Full breath in, lift up. Exhale, over to the left. Full breath in, lift up, maybe heart opener to back. And exhale to bow all the way in for your forward fold. Inhale for your flat back to peel your chest. And exhale, press your palms, step back. Top of your push-up. 2 to 3 breaths. Gaze is right out in front of your mat, your fingertips. Big breath in. Downward facing dog. Inhale to bend your knees and look forward. And exhale to walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, palms press. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale, take your side bend. Oops, sorry guys. One second. Okay. Someone text me if you can't hear me or if this isn't working. Okay, inhale for a flat back. And exhale, plant your palms, step back, the top of your push-up. We hold here. 2 to 3 breaths. Strong breaths in and out. Engage your core, breathing deep. And downward facing dog. Inhale, press. Exhale, feet at the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Rising all the way up, arms lift. Side bend, stretch to the right. Breath in, lift up. Over to the left. Breath in, lift up, open up your heart space. And exhale, dive in. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. Maybe you lower through. Maybe you pause here, top of your push-up, navel draws in. And downward facing dog on your exhale. Let's bring our feet wider than our mat, or maybe right on the outsides of our mat, and shift our hips to the sides, right and then left. And start to reach your right hand for any part of your left leg here. It can be down at your ankle, it can be your thigh, it can be your shin, your calf. And start to bring your gaze in between your left armpit, left shoulder. Breathe. And back to center, plant your right hand up. And reach your left fingers for any part of your right leg. Gazing up past your armpit, your shoulder, if that feels okay. Back to center, left hand plants. Walk yourself all the way back. Allow your heels to turn in and your toes to turn out. Press your palms together to your heart center and sink into this space and breathe. Sinking into our low yogi squat here. Your hands can plant down in front of you, a little bit more support, or your palms can press, and maybe even your elbows press your knees open a little bit more. Engage through your pelvic floor, your bandhas here, strong breath in and out, lifting through the crown of your head. Straighten your legs, turn your toes in hip distance. And let's walk our hands over to the right. Walk your hands back through center and then over to the left. Back to center, inhale to peek forward. Exhale, walk your hands downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, big breath in. Sigh it out. Bending deep into your knees all the way down to the mat. Tops of the feet can press in. Your knees can be together or apart. As we find our child's pose, seek your hips back. Melt your chest forward. Arms extend out in front of you. Or if your arms need a little break, they reach back for your heels back behind you. Option to stay exactly as you are in your child's pose, a moment to come back to that intention, come back to that strong and steady breath in and out of your nose. Maybe you take a big breath in right now and exhale, side away, pressing that air away and making room for all of these new things. So maybe you stay right there in child's pose, a moment to rest, to reconnect, to maybe release your lower back. Option I'd like to explore is a dancing camel before we move into our next flow. So if you are into your child's pose and you'd like to join, maybe you already know and you want to pop right up to your knees and take full expression. We'll play with our dancing camel. So as we make our way back to our child's pose, I'm taking my right hand and reaching back for my right heel. As I start to press my hips up, coming up onto my knees, my left fingers reach back behind me as I press my hips forward. And then I gently bend into my knees, dropping my sit bones down towards my heels, sliding my left fingers forward, and then my left hand reaches back for my left heel, and my right fingers reach back as I press my hips forward. And we continue this motion for a dancing camel here. Just making sure as you reach back, you're always pressing your hips forward. We start to open up the front side of our body. We start opening up those chakras. Breathing deep, just one more time. Maybe you're at a definitely different pace than I am. And then I come back to center. I sink my sit bones down into my heels for hero's pose. I always press my thumb and index finger together. I let my hands rest right into my lap. Rolling the shoulders down and away. Coming back to your breath in and out. And start to walk yourself back to your child's pose, just for a breath, lengthening through the lower back. Then come right back up, tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Noticing that maybe your legs don't want to straighten all the way, and we can have a little micro bend or a deep bend into the legs, and just try to keep melting your chest closer to your thighs. We'll take an inhale to here, lift your right leg high, and exhale, shift forward, tag your right elbow, squeeze. Inhale, lift your right leg high, and exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Back foot is 45 degrees as we rise up for our warrior A. Our hips always want to open up. We square them off. Sink into your right knee here. Navel draws up and in. Hips press down. Back foot is rooted. All four corners, especially the baby toe edge of that back foot. When you feel rooted and connected, you can inhale, lift your arms high. Inhales for a little bit of length, and exhale, we settle in for an extra breath here. Arms open up, back foot roots, warrior two. Our back foot is now parallel to the back of our mats. Our arms are in our wide, strong T as the fingers spread. Deep bend in that front knee here. Sink your hips down. This is where the slow burn really comes into our practice. We want to move so quickly, but we stay for extra breaths. We engage our muscles. We notice what's happening internally, and we breathe right through that space, okay? Now flip your front palm. Lift up and back, reverse your warrior. Your left fingers can rest down your thigh, or your left forearm can wrap behind your lower back. Come right back up as we hinge forward before our elbow can connect to our thigh here. The left fingers lift up as our gaze follows. Side angle here if you can and want to reach all the way down, that's fine, but we like to keep length, so maybe even notice if you can lift away if you're resting on your thigh. Left fingers can lift up, straighten arm, or your arm can reach and extend. Keeping the deep bend in your front knee. Lift right back up and straighten your front knee. This time, tip back. Option for your left hand to reach for your right wrist. Sorry, I'm so cut off on my top. Pull it back if you have that clasp. If not, just reach down. Lifting right back up as we hinge forward and crease in for triangle. Reaching down for your shin, and then the left fingers lift up again as the gaze follows. Noticing again, if you want to reach all the way down, we just want to keep that length. So if you do have a water bottle or a block or something, that is an awesome way to make the floor closer to you. And start to bring your gaze down as you plant your palms. Come on the ball of your back foot and step your right foot back. You're on the top of your push-up, back to your downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your left leg high. And exhale to tag your left elbow as you shift forward, squeeze. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, step through. Our back foot is 45 degrees as we root down and rise up, warrior A. I always like to keep my hands at my hips in warrior A just for a moment here. We want to deepen the bend in our front knee. Our back foot is rooted, all four corners, especially that baby toe edge. Navel's drawing up and in. And when we're ready, we square our hips to the center, our top of our mat, and your arms can lift up for length. Continuing to lift yourself up for a little bit of length, then always exhale, sink and settle in. Notice how our shoulders always want to lift up. Let's relax them away. Breathing deeply. And we start to open up, warrior two. So back foot is parallel to the back of our mat, deepening the bend in our left knee. Arms are reaching in two different directions. Sinking in, settling in, deepening your breath. Flip your front palm, lift up and then back, reverse your warrior. And come right back up as we hinge forward. Your left elbow can rest, your right arm can lift up or extend by your ear, reaching. And again, notice if you can lift that arm away. We're not dumping the weight. We're lifting up for length here. Start to come up as you straighten your front knee and tip back again. Option for the clasp, Sky Archer, pull it back. Release if you have the clasp, and we'll start to hinge forward before we reach down. Hand can reach for your shin to start, and your right fingers lift up as your gaze follows. Again, if you'd like to go down, just keep lifting up yourself with length. Exhale, bring your gaze down, plant your palms, step your left foot back to meet your right, and hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale to your right elbow, shift forward, squeeze. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Back foot is 45 degrees as we rise up, warrior one. Sink in here. And start to open up, warrior two. Same again, breathe. Flip your front palm, lift up and then back, reverse your warrior. And start to hinge forward for side angle. Elbow rests on your thigh, left fingers lift up or extend by your ear. Come right back up, straighten your front knee, keep tipping back. Right back up to hinge forward before we reach down. Left fingers lift up as your gaze follows. Bring your gaze down here. Come on the ball of your back foot. Your left hand plants, your right arm lifts high for a dragonfly twist. Keep your hips low here. Gaze can reach up, following your right fingertips. Plant your right hand down, and let's melt over our right leg, sending our left leg high for a standing leg splits. You want to release the back of your neck, the crown of your head pulls you down closer to the earth. Squaring off your hip here, your left fingers press down in front of your face. Square off your hip, flex active through your left toes, and inhale, lift your right arm high. Revolved half moon here. Gaze can be down or reaching up towards and past your right fingers. Option to take your time to play with that balance. Plant your right hand down, and now we're exactly where we need to be to step halfway back, pyramid pose. Walk your hands back. Adjust your stance. Your hips are square. Your toes are facing the front of your mat. Inhale for flat back to gently lift yourself up. And exhale to melt in. The crown of your head pulls you closer. You're melting in over your right shin, your right knee. Peek forward, inhale. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. Top of your push-up, breathe. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale to tag your elbow. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot through. Back foot is 45. We rise up, warrior A. Sinking in. Opening up, warrior two. Lift up and back, reverse your warrior. Hinge forward, side angle. Lift right back up, straighten your front knee, keep tipping back. And hinge right in, triangle pose. As you start to bring your gaze down, ball of your back foot here, deepen the bend into your left knee. Right hand plants down, left arm lifts up, dragonfly twist. We are staying low in our hips, twisting through our lower belly. Breathing deep. And plant your left palm down. Standing leg splits, we melt over our left leg. This time our right leg goes high. Option a deep bend into the left knee. To pull yourself in. Hands can plant, or maybe one hand or both reaches for the leg, your left leg. Little bit of balance, square off your hip, flex active into your right toes this time. Right hand is planted, and your left arm floats away. Gaze can be down or lifted.
Time to play with that balance. We'll plant our left hand down and we step our right foot halfway back for pyramid. Walk yourself back. Inhale for your length and exhale, bow in. Notice if you need or want a micro bend or a deep bend into the left knee. Melt your chest over your left shin. Start to peek out in front of you. Inhale. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. Top of your push-up, breathing deep here. Palms pressed, shoulder blades lift. Downward facing dog. Start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. And let's lower all the way down to our bellies, or our bottoms. Lowering down to your bottom, remove the flesh from your sit bones. Extend your legs out in front of you, flexing your toes back towards you. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your gaze. Exhale, hinge in and bow in, either reaching for your toes, your feet, maybe it's just towards your shin. But let's keep our backs really long here, our spines long as we start to melt in. Navel's always drawing up and in towards our spines. You can always bend into your knees a little bit too as you pull yourself forward. And gently walking yourself back up. We'll extend our left leg out to the left a little bit, and our right sole of the foot reaches in for the left thigh. I might need to remove the flesh from your sit bones once again. And we'll square ourselves up over the left toes that are flexing back towards us. As we take a big inhale to reach high, exhale to hinge and bow in. To create a side body stretch, your right hand can reach for the outside of your left foot. The left hand can just gently press in. Maybe you want to wrap it around your lower back. So you continue to take inhales for length and exhale to pull you in deeper. Deepen that stretch. Coming right back up. This time we switch sides. Our right foot reaches out to the right side, and our left sole of the foot reaches in for the right thigh. Remove the flesh from your sit bones. Square yourself up over your right toes. Take a big inhale to lift, and exhale to bow in. Again, the left hand can reach for the outside of your foot, creating a little side body stretch. Then your right palm can press next to you, or maybe it's behind your lower back, or a different expression that works for you. Slowly start to lift yourself up. Let's draw both of our knees into our chest here, making sure that you have enough room here in the center of your mat. And we'll start to make our way down to our backs. Knees draw into your chest as you make your way back to lying onto your back, onto your mat. Let's gently rock side to side into our lower back or spine. And start to come back to your neutral spine and reach in between your knees for the outsides of your feet, or I like to peace finger grab my big toes. And as your knees start to pull closer to you, the soles of your feet reach up towards the sky. Our lower back is pressing down into the earth as we continue to lift and open up our hips. Again, pressing the soles of the feet up towards the sky as you draw yourself down. So a lot is happening in this posture, and if it might feel good to gently rock side to side, please feel free to express that. It might even feel good to straighten one leg and then the other, okay? So there's a couple different options there. Breathing deep wherever you choose. Drawing your knees back into your chest. And we'll plant the soles of the feet right in front of our bottoms for bridge pose. If full wheels in your practice, always feel free to safely get there. In our bridge pose, we'll plant all four corners of both of our feet right in front of our bottom, the closest we can get. We'll extend our arms long down by our sides with the palms pressing down. Keep your chin gently drawn into your chest and keep your gaze right up towards the sky. When you're ready, inhale, lift your hips, maybe even gently rolling your shoulders underneath. Maybe there's even a clasp with your hands. Making sure you're soft into your glutes, which is hard here. And don't look around like I just did. Keep your gaze lifted. Gently, one vertebra at a time, release down. Keep your feet where they are. Press your knees in towards each other. Hands can rest on top of your hips. Start to allow your right ankle to cross over your left thigh. Left foot is staying planted for now. And then if and when you do feel ready, you want a little bit more, you can reach your hands on the outside and inside of your left thigh to draw it up and in. Clasping your hands behind your left thigh might work best. And I just continue to draw my left thigh closer to my chest as I gently open up my right knee, pressing it away from me. You can flex your toes to create a deeper sensation. Keep your lower back pressing deep into your mat. Breathing here. Give it just a little bit more of a squeeze. We'll gently come back to center. The left sole of your foot presses down into the earth. And now our right sole of the foot presses right next to it. When you're ready, bending into the left knee, left ankle over your right thigh. Breathing here. If you want a little bit more, when you're ready, reach on the inside and the outside of your right thigh. Drawing it in, clasping your hands behind the back of your right thigh to draw it in. I'm actively pressing my thigh closer to me, and I'm actively pressing my left knee away from me. I flex deep into my left toes to create that deep sensation, releasing anything in my hips that no longer serves me. Making room for that new energy, that new breath in and out. When you feel ready, allow the right sole of the foot to press down and your left sole of your foot connects back down. Heel toe your feet together so the soles of the feet press together and allow your knees to just gently splay open. Your knees fall to the right and to the left. Your soles of the feet press together, resting down on your mat. Hands can rest on your hips, or I'll start to bring one hand to my heart and one hand to my belly as we start to close off our practice together. Based on time, we'll stay here and then make our way to our final Shavasana, our resting pose. But of course, you know that you can express and explore any other additional shapes, postures, long holds, balance. But as we start to settle into this space, we notice our hips opening up just naturally. With one hand on our heart and one hand on our belly, we start to notice this connection with our breath and with our heartbeat. Allowing your eyes to softly come closed. Actually, an option to stay right here for your Shavasana tonight. Or if and when you want, you can always release your legs down. Completely up to you. Hands can stay at your heart and at your belly, or your arms can extend and your palms can lift up. Palms are always open to give and to release. Let's take a deep breath in wherever you are. Deepest breath in. Exhale, let it go. This is your well-deserved final rest, your Shavasana. Feel free to stay for a few moments, for a few breaths. Start to notice your body growing deeper and heavier into your mat, into this space that you just created. Gently reawakening your body in your final rest, your Shavasana, as you start to roll out your wrists, roll out your ankles, wiggling fingers, toes, as we reawaken every inch of this body. And taking a full body stretch as you reach through your fingers, pointing through your toes, that long line of energy. Exhale to draw your knees up and into your chest. And then gently rocking forward and back, shoulder blades to sit bones, until you make your way here, seated at the top of your mat, to close off our practice tonight. Because we are in the comfort of our own homes, we can get uncomfortable in that comfortable space as well. And I'd like to take 3 ohms. This is also something that we will say that you do not have to join in on. You can stay right here, holding space for us as we will take 3 ohms, and then we'll take a big breath in and a cleansing breath out, and we will close off our practice tonight. So if and when you're ready, your hands are your choice again, wherever you feel you're comfortable. And let's close our eyes. We'll take a deep breath in. One more. Big breath in, fill up all together. Exhale, sigh it out. Palms together at our heart centers. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Please take this with you. Feel free to stay in your practice. Take anything that you need, but always take this with you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Happy Thursday. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, thank you. I hope you're all doing well. I can't see you, but I love you all. And yeah, stay tuned for more online yoga. But thank you guys. Happy Thursday. Yay.